All right, so on a, I did a video a little while back about the whole end times deception with Gary Parker being the false prophet and Abba being the Antichrist. Now that's all in my playlist, and it's titled End Times Deception. But I was, out on one of my mini walks just now, and I was listening to the commandments of Jesus, which is always a good thing to do because it keeps him fresh in your mind. But I heard him say something, and it completely just, came to my mind. So, if you watch those videos with the amazing story of Gary Parker, if you go to the playlist and watch that, it's a long thing, so you're gonna have to, be patient and really watch it. But he talks about the third temple, which it's not going to be built, but will show up with Abba on July 26th, 2022 in Jerusalem at the Temple Mount, city of David. The third temple will be a multi-dimensional sphere and will be accompanied by thunder and lightning with Abba, or God, coming out of the UFO. The third temple, being a UFO, will take off and come and go, thereby causing it to become desolate, as Daniel prophesied in Daniel 11:31. Now, when I was out just walking right now, it came to Mark 13:14 came to my mind, which is this. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. And let him that is on the housetop not go down into the house, neither enter therein, and take anything out of his house. And let him that is in the field not turn back, for to take up his garment. But woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. Okay. Now that kind of correlates also with the destruction of the temple in 70 AD. But what's going to happen when this UFO lands on the Temple Mount? Abba is going to come for the Jews first. He's going to take all the Jews in his UFO. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if he's going to do like multiple trips. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a prophet. I've just figured all this stuff out from research, from watching that Gary Parker video over and over, and from just studying the Word. So Abba will pick the Jews up first, and he's going to take them inside the earth. Sounds strange, sounds crazy, but that's also part of it. That is where Satan does his business. He walks to and fro, going within the earth, as he talks about in Job. That's what Satan does. He does his business in the earth. If you watch the testimony of Admiral Richard Byrd, who was an American admiral, he did all kinds of stuff in Antarctica, and he actually has testimony of going inside the earth and meeting with a different civilization. Look into that also. But so Abba is going to show up on July 26, 2022, and he's going to take the Jews. They're going to try and hide inside the earth, because the day of wrath is going to come after that pretty soon. And when Jesus talked about when you see this, he's just saying, get out of there. Don't go. Do whatever you do for the love of God, don't get in that UFO. Don't get in the UFO. It wouldn't even matter. You can't escape the wrath of God. He's coming on the clouds. For everybody who doesn't get raptured, that's okay. You're not going to get raptured, but you don't have to get in that UFO. Don't do it. Run. essentially run. That's when bad news is going to happen. So, let's see. Anything else I want to say about that? But it all made sense when that was brought to my mind. The Holy Spirit brought it to my mind. The whole, when you see the UFO land, which is the abomination of desolation, a UFO landing in the holy place, get out of there. Because a few years later, the mark is going to be a part of the whole thing. I don't know how all that's going to get played out, but I think it's the second 3.5 years of the tribulation that the mark, or the very beginning of that, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's the second 3.5 years of the 7-year tribulation where the mark will obviously be a choice. But first, that's going to be the biggest part of the deception, is the UFO landing in Jerusalem on this date, because all the elite, believe me, they're the Jews. All the elite are going to be on that UFO. I promise you that. All the elite. Because it's a bloodline thing. All the elite are part of the bloodline. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, they're just not like us. They're not made in the same image as us. You can even trace the Rockefellers back to the fish gods of antiquity, Oannes, Oannes, and Dagon. All these old antediluvian gods, fallen angels. And they're all a part of that stuff. It's just, it sounds crazy when you hear it, but it's not crazy when you do your research. But whatever you do, don't get on that UFO. Okay, I guess that's it for now. Peace.